Hello, this is Colton Sulzer, and I am doing my case study for EDL 856. So what is happening? The principal has mixed emotions with the new Parents Association. They used to be the PTA, but they broke off from the National PTA. Um, with that, the principal is okay with the Parents Organization having the same responsibilities that they have held in the past. Um, but on the other hand, the parents um, organization wants more involvement on the choices made by the school than just the fundraisers that they currently have. So far, there has not been any harm, but there could be harm to the teachers, which we'll talk about here in a little bit about what could happen if the parent organization gets their way. It sounds like the teachers could be worked a lot more, and that could cause problems. But again, that would be something myself as the principal and the parent organization would have to discuss. There's not been any breach of contracts at this point, but again, if the teachers end up working more than they're originally expected to, that could cause a problem. And it does not break any laws again at this point. So with a recap, the principal is wanting the parent organization to have the same involvement as before, but the parent organization is wanting to have more say in what is happening at the school. Um, so I would prefer them to have the same things that they've been doing because they've been doing them so well, but they want to get a lot more involved in what is actually happening in the school with the education as parents. So the facts, the people involved, myself, the principal, the parent organization members, and school staff members, because again, it may come back to teachers working more than what they already are. The place it's happening is our school, and the program is the parent organization, and all the things that the parent organization deals with. Um, with the review, damaging to myself, the principal, and the teachers. Um, Again, there's a lot of stuff that's going on that we have to get figured out between myself, the school, and the parent organization. With the parent organization wanting so much more, the parent organization has um, a better outcome if they get what they want. That's just kind of, if they get what they want, then they have the better outcome. But we need to really look at the whole. We really need to look at what the teachers will be doing. We need to look at what's better for the students. And what's best for the students is keeping the teachers that we have. So if we overwork our teachers um, and they leave, we may be hard to find teachers that stay for a while if they're working too much. Um, Not all have been consulted. So again, teachers need to be brought in, school board. There's a lot of moving parts on this, and we need to make sure that we get everybody talked to, everybody consulted. What prompted the new parent organization? Maybe trust issues. Not exactly sure why they broke away, but again, could be trust issues. They could just want more control because it seems like that's what they're going for right now anyways, is more control. So they could want more control over what they could just with the parent teacher organization or the PTA. And then I don't have enough information right now to make a decision. Again, there's a lot of moving parts that we have to look at and really see what's going on. So option one is allow myself, the principal, to be in the meeting of the parent organization election that took place of who was in charge of what. Option two is talk about what the parent organization wants to see, about working it over the next few years. So taking the things that they want to do and gradually working them in. Option number three is principal assigns other tasks to the parents' organization, allowing them to have more responsibilities. May not be the responsibilities they want, but giving them more responsibilities. Talk with teachers about the parent organization, getting more involved, and get their input to really, make sure the teachers are involved in this too, because if it affects them, then their input is highly sought after. And then option number 5, parent organization receives what they're asking for with more involvement, but not just more involvement, the involvement that they want. So the actual stuff that they're asking for. So evaluation of the pros and cons with option number 1, the principal is able to see who has what role and gives the principal insight on the parents' organization thought process. But the cons, the organization is meant for parents and not for administration to be a part of. Option number 2, PTA, the PTA, the parent organization, feels like they are being heard, which is really important. As long as they feel like they're being heard, they will be more reasonable, uh, and it'll be easier to work something out. But the principal has no intention of following through, putting them off. Option number 3, parent organization is getting a step closer to their goal of being more involved. The principal gives them options on what was okay with letting the PTA or the parent organization handle. So, like colors of the carnival and stuff like that. Just smaller things, but things that do give them a sense that they are doing more. Con is the parent organization is not getting all that they asked for. So again, they may not be getting exactly what they asked for, but they will be getting more benefits, more involvement. Option number 4, getting the teacher's input as they would be presenting. And then the cons would be parents' organization may not feel they are in charge. Teachers have no break during parent teacher conferences. So that would be with the if the when the classes that the parent organization wants to put on to more involve the parent or the parents in back to school and basically give them a class about how to do the work and what's going on in the class. um, that would be really hard for the teachers because again they wouldn't have a break during the parent teacher conferences, and that's really important. Again, we don't want to overwork the teachers either. They're already doing a lot and they need their downtime. They can't just constantly be doing everything. So that's something that we have to really look at. And the pros or the for option number 5, parent organization is more involved like they had asked for. Again, that's we can get them involved. It may not be exactly what they're looking for, but we can get them more involved. Cons, the principal does not really have a say anymore, and the principal, myself, may lose control. If they get everything that they demand, who's to say they're not going to demand for more stuff later? Um, and then if they do have control of a lot of stuff and they decide to do something different, it can be really difficult for myself as the principal to take that away or change what they are doing because they're in charge of it. I feel the best option is option number 3, um, a need to inform parents' organization of the decision, what we are doing. We're taking baby steps to gradually get them uh, into what we are doing, and then again gradually work them into what they want, or some of those options, more involvement. This also allows the parents organization to be heard. It also is giving me time to think for the future, what we need done, what decisions need to be made. I can actually have them kind of help out in stuff like that if they can do research on um, something that we need to help out, that gives them more activity in the school, more um, involvement in the school and what's going on, um, but doesn't give them too much. And then, if not option three, then option four, I think would be the next best option. So, with implementing option three, um, before meeting, review parents' organization and principal rights. So I need to make sure I know what the rights are, what the parent organization rights are, um, and then what my rights are as a principal, so that everybody is heard, everything is done correctly and professionally. If it's not done that way, then there could be some issues that we need to take care of. Schedule a meeting with parent organization so that we can discuss it. We need to have a group meeting so we can discuss what's going on and everybody can be on the same page. Again, that is really important. Communication is key here, because it really could turn into a bad situation really fast if communication is not taken care of the way it should be. Ask why they want more involvement. I want to find out exactly where this is coming from. Why do they want that involvement? Are they upset about something specific? Um, what's really happening here? Listen for their concerns that they have. Again, if they feel listened to, then they'll be more apt to work with us in the long run. Again, listening is part of communication, and it's about listening to understand, not listening to respond. And people can really know the difference when you're listening to respond or listening to understand. Um, so it's really important that they know we're listening to understand and not just to respond and say no or something like that. Give them options of what they can be more in charge of. If they have options and they choose what they want, it gives a better buy-in for them to really do what they want and agree to that. So that really helps out in the long run. Hopefully come to an agreement and end the meeting. So if we get the communication, it may take a couple of meetings, and if it does, that's okay, as long as the meetings stay productive. That's the important thing, is that the meetings stay productive so that we can get information on both sides and everybody's happy with what we decide. Future, think of ways to further involve parent organization. So there may be things that come up later on that would be perfect for the parent organization to take care of. And if there is, let them know. Again, that gives them more involvement in the school for their students. And it's something not happening now, but could happen in the future. So if something does come up, um, I will keep them in mind so that we can make sure and get them taken care of and um, added into the mix of possibilities for a resource. And that is my case study for EDL 586.